We're reading Arabian Nights, night 338. We've got a sort of like a rap hip hop battle going on between the six slave girls. And we got night 338. Morning now dawned. Scheherazade broke off from what she had been allowed to say. Then, when it was the 338th night, she continued, I have heard, O fortunate king, that when she had finished, her master told her to sit down. As she had said enough, he then saw to it that all of them were reconciled to one another, and he clothed them in splendid robes and adorned them with jewels from both land and sea. Mohammed continued, quote, Never have I seen any place or at any time more lovely girls than these, Commander of the Faithful. When Al-Mamun heard his story, he approached Muhammad to ask whether he knew where they and their master were to be found, adding, And will you be able to bring them from him for me? Commander of the Faithful, Muhammad replied, I hear that their master is passionately fond of them and cannot bear to be parted from them. Take him 10,000 dinars for each of them, a total of 60,000 dinars, said Al-Mamun. Carry the money with you, go off to his house, and buy them from him. Somebody's gonna buy these girls? 6 slave girls. Muhammad set off with the money, and when he got there, he told the girl's master that the Commander of the Faithful wanted to buy them from him at that price. In order to please the Caliph, the man agreed to the sale and sent him the girls. When they came to him, he had an eloquent salon prepared for them, where he would sit with them as they all drank together, and he was filled with astonishment at their beauty and grace. It seems all this rap practice and hip-hopping has made them beautiful and graceful, as well as their contrasting colors and their eloquence. The 6 girls were, things went on like that for some time until their former master, who had sold them, could no longer bear to be parted from them. He sent a note to Al-Mamun complaining of the pangs of love that he felt for his slave girls, and in it were these lines. You robbed me of 6 fair and lovely girls. Give these 6 beauties greetings now from me. They were my ears, my eyes, and my whole life. They were my food, my drink, and all my joy. I shall never forget my union with their loveliness. Now that they are gone, sweet sleep has fled from me. Alas, for the length of my distress and for my tears, would that I had not been created among men. Eyelids like bows adorn the eyes that shot at me. When this letter reached the Caliph, he clothed the girls in splendid robes and presented them with 60,000 dinars. He then sent them back to their former master, who was filled with delight at their arrival, a delight which exceeded his pleasure in the money that he received. They remained with him, enjoying the most pleasant and delightful of lives until they were visited by the destroyer of delights and the parter of companions. My goodness. Is that the end of the story? They all live happily ever after? Alright, let me complete the story. The night 338. A story is told that one night the Commander of the Faithful, Harun al-Rashid, was very disturbed and filled with cares. He got up and walked around his palace. until he came to a curtained room. He lifted the curtain and saw at the head of the room a couch on which there was something black that looked like a sleeping man with one candle in to his right and another to his left. While he was looking at this in surprise, he caught sight of a jar of old wine on top of which was a glass. He was surprised to see this and asked himself how a black man like this could have such a thing. But on approaching the couch, he discovered that what lay on it was a sleeping girl, veiled by her own hair. He uncovered her face and found her to be like the moon on the night that it becomes full. He poured himself a glass of wine and drank it in honor of the roses in her cheeks, and then, feeling himself drawn to her, he kissed a mole on her face. She woke up and said, "Oh, loyal servant of God, what is this?" He replied, "A guest has come to visit you by night to be entertained until dawn." "Yes," she replied, "I swear on it by my ears and eyes." She then brought forward the wine, and the two of them drank together, and after which she took her lute, tuned the strings, and after playing 21 different variations, she returned to the first, and accompanying herself, she recited these lines: "In my heart it is the tongue of love that speaks to you, telling of me I am in love with you. I have a witness speaking clearly of how sick I am, as separation from you makes my wounded heart flutter. I have not concealed the love which has worn me away. As my passion increases, so do my tears flood down. Before I loved you, I did not know what true love was. But for his creation, God's decrees are predestined." When she had finished these lines, she said, "Commander of the faithful, I have been wronged." She's been wronged. Night. End of night 338. Oh, we came to the conclusion of the slave battle. Nothing much happened, huh? What do you think? We're reading night 338, and the hip-hop rap battle ended.